Are you feeling it yet? The FIFA corruption fatigue? It has, after all, been 7 years in the making, from the oddly homespun excesses of the whistleblower Chuck Blazer, football's own mobility scooter Liberace, to the cold, gangsterish disdain of the Grandonautic Sarah Leah's Axis, the kind of FIFA men who would carve out your liver with an ivory-inlaid oyster knife if it meant getting a step closer to a secret six-figure TV rights access sweetener. This week the U.S. Justice Department court case sparked into life in New York. Its first few days provided such a vivid dose of toxic color it is tempting to call FIFA's continuing corruption debacle a gift that just keeps on giving. Except it feels like something else by now, a gift that has, frankly, given too much, but which still keeps on dishing up its shovel loads of corruption and human weakness. This is the other thing about the World Cup. It isn't only the money now. It's the horror and the death too. A recap then: on Tuesday, a prosecution witness alleged that Julio Grondona, a former senior vice president at FIFA, had taken $1 million in bribes to vote for Qatar to host the World Cup. The witness, Alejandro Berzacco, named a broadcast executive called Jorge Dulhan as an intermediary. A few hours later, Dulhan was found dead by a railway siding in Buenos Aires. Police say all the signs suggest it was suicide. On Wednesday, prosecution lawyers complained that one of the accused, the Peruvian Fahed Manuel Berga, was making a repeated slicing motion across his throat in Berzacco's direction as he gave evidence. Berga's lawyer said his client had simply been scratching his throat as he suffers from dry skin. He called Berga a gentle, meek, timid man. Berga is accused of racketeering, wire fraud and money laundering. On Thursday, and promising at least a little laughter in the dark, a court in Peru finally ordered the extradition to New York of 85-year-old Nicolas Leaz. The same Leaz who allegedly suggested the FA Cup should be renamed the Nicolas Leaz Cup in return for his World Cup vote, and wandered across to the FA delegation at a drinks party and demanded a knighthood. All of which he denies, naturally. On Friday, it was claimed that, not content with his $1 million, Grondona decided he was inadequately bribed, woefully underbunged. At a dinner in the Copacabana Palace Hotel, Grondona had insulted the gathered Qataris and demanded a further £60 million, part bribe, part blackmail, like the kind of bumcrack cowboy builder who suddenly decides, with the ceiling down and the floor up, that actually there have been some complications and, yeah, need it in cash, mate, cheers, we'll be back next month. This is only the first week. There are 5 more to come in court. Not to mention 5 long years before this most painful and debilitating of World Cups is finally dredged from the gut and sent gurgling around the U-bend of history. And this is the startling, inescapable fact about all this. The next 3 world and European tournaments were set in place by people who have since turned out to be corrupt. The men responsible may be gone, but their citadels still stand, just as FIFA's 2010 double bid ceremony remains football's own calamitous meltdown, its waste still burning in the soil.